especially poor people. There is no reason in the world that the poor should not have good food.
Absolutely.
So the people who come to our Lighthouse Diner have dined on blackened salmon, chicken en croûte,
Wow.
seared tuna.
We do a lot of different.
Yeah.
We'll do a lot of different ethnic foods. We'll do have a Greek day. We'll have a Thai food day. So, and like you mentioned earlier, these people get exposed to a lot of these people that come in. They'll get exposed to foods that maybe they never have or never will.
Right. Well, that is absolutely great. And from what I understand, you're going to share with our viewers something from the kitchen that you're going to demonstrate the preparation of something. So we certainly want to have people to stay tuned for that segment so that those who can't make it here can certainly see you and the kinds of skills that you have, and maybe either pick up on the recipe or just pick up on the motivation that, hey, if Doris can do it, I can do it. And I didn't even know it was in my neighborhood, and particularly for the people here in 61605, that you don't have to go downtown, you don't have to cross the river, you don't have to go anywhere except right here at Southside Mission on Laramie. Is that correct?
That is correct. And people can apply for the cooking school online. If they visit our website at www.southsidemission.org, there's an online application process. Chef Chris interviews every applicant to sort of determine their suitability for the program. And I would say if anyone has a desire, really, and you got to want it, but if you really do want it, you can absolutely have it.
Is it a kind of an open enrollment? Do you run it year-round, or do we have to now wait until next September to when school traditionally starts, as we look at colleges and high schools?
Yeah, we basically follow almost District 150's schedule, because a lot of our students are they have children in the school program, but there's no class. June and July, we take June and July off, and then we start again in August, and then we do our 3 classes.
What costs are there that's associated with?
It's $100.
$100.
And that includes everything.
And that includes everything.
Everything in the sanitation class. They'll get their license for the food sanitation manager's license,
and normally, how long does it take in terms of the completion of the course?
It's a 12-week course.
It's only a 12-week course?
Every day, for Monday through Friday for 12 weeks.
So this isn't something that, unlike U of I or Bradley or Notre Dame where I went, you almost got to dedicate 4 years of your life, and so many things can happen in that long time span.
That's right.
You know, in the 12 weeks, there's a pretty good chance you can start, you can finish, you can succeed, and go on about your business. And you can't even get a $100 bill for $100 anymore because it costs you about $125 just to get $100.
Yeah.
Well, the folks that we serve do not have 4 years.
Okay, that's true.
They just don't. They need a job. They need a job now. But they can come and for 12 weeks really put their nose to the grindstone and really work it out. And since we do a class that starts in August, another one that starts in November, and another one that starts in March, they can finish. We have 3 a year.
Okay, so you have 3 a year.
Consecutive.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear of the price. That is about as affordable as you can get. And the kinds of jobs that you can get out of finishing a culinary school. And are there different kind of levels that, like I hear about chefs, executive chefs, and unfortunately in my mind that's kind of a discriminatory thing in terms of males. We call the men chefs and we call the women cooks, and that type of thing. And maybe I'm.
You start as a cook.
You start off as a cook.
You start as a cook. You got to learn your basic fundamentals. And then as you work your way up, you get into the sous chef levels. That's like your first managerial salary type position. Then usually the executive chef, that's you're mostly administrative. You do very little. You spend very little time in the kitchen when you're an executive chef. You're more of an administrator than you are. But like anything, it's like the military almost. It's a brigade system where you move your way up. As you gain experience, you move your way up the ladder. And
could you give me an example? And I know it certainly would vary from location to location and the type of a place you're working. But what kind of salary ranges are we talking about?
Here lately, most of our graduates have been starting around $10 an hour.
$10 an hour. And in terms of executive chefs or those people that are really up at the top, what kind of money can they make, or do they make on average?
They could make executive chefs in the larger establishments, in the larger markets. A lot of them make in excess of 6 figures.
In fact, 6 figures. So we're talking about over 100,000. That's what the 6 figures are. Okay, well, so it certainly is a occupation or a skill that
could be
is
whatever you want it to
worth
be.
it.
Yep.
Okay. And it can all begin right down here on Laramie at the Southside Mission?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I am so glad. As I said, I'm startled by many of the things that I was already aware the Southside Mission did, but I am really thankful to know, and for our viewers to know, that you're making an impact in terms of occupational development and careers and that type of a thing. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to, Reese, be entertained by you or instructed by you in terms of one of the dishes that you're going to share with our viewers.
Yes.
Okay, stay tuned and follow us into the kitchen.
I took a trip to Elkhart, Indiana today. Elkhart's a place that has lost jobs faster than anywhere else in America. In fact, local TV stations have started running public service announcements that tell people where to find food banks, even as the food banks don't have enough to meet the demand.
Hi, I'm Mike Banks, founder of CAPtions, some 36 years ago. It seems like it was just yesterday. I want you to be sure to catch our special feature where we were on location at the Illinois Association for Community Action Agencies Winter Conference. We took an in-depth look at the struggles confronting your community action agency. You be there. See ya.
Well, welcome back. As you can see, we're in the kitchen with Doris, and she's going to share with you one of her many recipes. Doris, what are we going to have as far as what are you going to be preparing for us now?
Today we're going to make a savory omelet.
Oh, omelet, fantastic.
It's very versatile. It's a breakfast, lunch, or dinner item, depending on how you serve and garnish it. So that's what we're going to do.
And so you're going to demonstrate to us what you put in it and how you fix it?
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll be watching.
All right. I have all of the ingredients assembled here. And today we're going to use some Danish ham, baby Swiss, and fresh cut tomato.
Okay.
I'm just taking a little bit of butter to coat the skillet. You add your basic ingredients, kind of let it saute a little bit. Do you like omelets?
I love omelets.
Well, good.
I love omelets.
I call it a savory omelet because savory kind of makes you think of something that tastes good, and it's not sweet. It's more like a season.
Well, I think in terms of savory as being spicy. When I hear the word savory.
Yes, it can be spicy also.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to add
And what is
egg.
that?
I'm adding egg here.
The eggs, okay.
Yes. So you let your items saute, you add some egg. Now a lot of people have a fear of flipping an omelet, but one of the tricks is to simply let it cook around the edges. You see where it's getting a little more done, and you lift the omelet up, you let the uncooked part run underneath. And that way your ingredients stay in the middle.
I see. Well, it's looking good.
All right. Now when you've gotten most of the egg cooked, it's time for the flipping.
Now this is the tough part.
Yeah.
Okay. The cooking part I can handle. The flipping part will probably be my greatest challenge.
Now I'm going to add some baby Swiss.
What is that?
That's baby Swiss cheese.
Baby Swiss cheese, okay. And you fold it.
You fold it over.
Okay.
And it is
And
ready
that's
to
it, huh?
serve. Yes.
Wow, I tell you.
Now, as I was saying, I like omelets because it's a breakfast, lunch, or dinner item, depending on how you garnish it. I have some kiwi and some Asian pears that you could put to the side. But in the mind of savory, I have a different topping. So I am going to garnish it with some roasted asparagus.
Roasted asparagus. Okay. I've never had asparagus with an omelet. Be honest, I haven't had a whole lot of asparagus.
And I'm going to put
It's probably good for you, and that's probably why I haven't been eating much of it. I tend to stay away from things that people say are good for me to eat. And
this is just a hollandaise sauce. And then I have a little fresh parsley over the top. And that is your savory omelet.
Wow, that looks like one of those expensive dishes that you would get or look for in one of those fancy restaurants.
You could put it with
and here you can just fix it right at the house, right?
That's right.
Well, that is fantastic. I tell you, today on Captions and tomorrow, who knows, you might be on the Food Network. I tell you, I am so glad that you shared your thoughts, your recipe, and your skills with our viewers tonight. And we're going to continue on with another segment, and please stay tuned. Thank you so much.
Thank you.